This is not your normal hunting show. We don't care about trophies. You're not going to see anything get shot. We're in it to reconnect with nature, eat fantastic food, and celebrate the abundance with an ever wider community.
I'm Fisher Neal. For more than a decade, I've been teaching beginners how to forage, fish, and hunt their own wild food. Now I'm taking chefs on their first hunts so they can connect with their work in a whole new way. This is the Hunter's Harvest.
My name is Katey Barree. I grew up in Bridgewater in Central Jersey. Was kind of just, I majored in art history and didn't really know what I wanted to do, and so I was kind of, had some temp jobs, ended up working in medical billing for a few years, and then every day when I was working, all I thought about was food and what I wanted to make for dinner, what I wanted to make for dinner over the weekend, what kind of cool, fun things I wanted to do, and as far as like making pasta and learning how to do this and learning how to do that. And just one day I decided I was going to go to culinary school. So I went to the city and I went to ICE, Institute of Culinary Education, and I did a 6-month program. I did like the intensive culinary program. And when I was done with that, I got a job working in New Jersey. I wanted to work in New Jersey. I've never really been a city person. I ended up doing a couple of stages at some restaurants in New Jersey. First one being Elements. I also staged at the Ryland and the Pluckaman, which were both great, but Elements, something there just spoke to me. I think the chefs were very much interested in foraging, on using seasonal ingredients. They had an amazing garden, which as an intern, I spent most of my time in. Learning different herbs, picking different things, learning the flavor profile. So just that part of working with food and not just buying things, cutting up a plastic bag, but really getting to know where things come from, being a part of gathering that. I mean, there were times during service where I would realize I was out of something and I'd have to run outside with my headlamp and a pair of Joyce Chen scissors and go get that. But it was such an incredible experience, and that's what sort of fueled that flame of wanting to be a part of not just making the food, but gathering the food and seeing where that food comes from. So we changed the menu every month, and we tried that menu to be very reflective of the season. All of December we did all Puerto Rican food, but try to just make it as seasonal, farm to table as possible. One of my best friends growing up, her dad was really into hunting. He was a mechanic, he worked for the town of Chatham, he had a full, locked gun rack in the house. For me, I think it was just never anything that really entered my brain, never anything that really occurred to me as something that I personally can do. Like maybe just being a girl or, somebody who, like, I didn't grow up with guns. I saw guns and I knew about guns, but it wasn't something that was really ever a part of my existence. And I don't think until recently it was ever something that was like, oh, I can do this too. It would be nice to have that be more of my daily life than just going to the grocery store and, buying packs of chicken.
Now it's time for Katey and I to head to the range for some target practice. It's firearm season, so Katey will be hunting with my 20-gauge shotgun. In New Jersey, we're not allowed to hunt with rifles, so we're hunting with a shotgun that's specially designed to shoot like a rifle, and it'll give Katey the ability to shoot as far as about 150 yards. First, we do some target practice with a .22 rifle because it has very little recoil, so Katey can establish good technique and we can practice some hunting scenarios before practicing with the big gun.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little different when it goes bang, huh?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
What do you think is going to happen today?
Well, I mean, that's the thing for me, is just being able to sit there and be quiet, I think is difficult for a lot of people, because this day and age, we all have that constant need for distraction. But I think for me, weirdly enough, will be the biggest challenge, is just sitting there and being quiet for an extended period of time.
I'm taking Katey to hunt a farm in central New Jersey in early February in conditions that can only be described as brutal. Not only is it very cold and windy, there was a major snowstorm 2 weeks earlier. Temperatures have been rising and falling, causing a thick, icy crust to form on top of the snow. Walking through this stuff means you're stepping up on top of it and then breaking through over and over again. It's slow going, it's exhausting, it's also extremely loud. So sneaking in close to where these deer are hiding in the woods is going to take a lot of extra effort. Katey and I will have to make a wide loop all the way around this farm and then lay down in the ditch in the far end in hopes of catching them coming out of the trees before dark. Once we reach our spot, we dig out a place to lay down in the snow and hide.
Up there is because it's just one of their favorite spots to come out of the woods, right where those tall grasses are. Well, what'll happen is, they'll come slowly up to the edge of the woods, and then they're gonna look out, sometimes for like several minutes, to make sure the coast is quiet and clear. So you gotta remember that, even though we've got good cover, and just because you don't see deer doesn't mean they don't have a shot to see you.
Katey and I hunker down and wait, staying out of sight, enduring the cold, and vigilantly watching all afternoon. Sunset passes, and the deer never appear.
Well, sorry to say it, but I think it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, I think so. How was your first day on? Cold.
I was wearing 4 pairs of pants. For me, I'm never cold. I'm like never cold. And I was so cold that day. Like I had 2 pairs of gloves on. My nose was constantly running. I had 2 hats on, 2 pairs of socks, my warmest boots, and and then the foot warmers in there. I still don't think I've ever been that cold. But also that, like when we were walking the first day, we were walking across the field where I was like sweating because I was wearing so many clothes. But then once we sat and got settled in, it's cold. Like it was very, very cold, and like you can't really jump up and down and move around a lot to try to warm yourself up. You're just kind of sitting there, just kind of feeling it. And there were a couple of times where I got very, very sleepy, and I was like, is this hypothermia? Am I dying?
The next morning, I take Katey to a different farm, where the deer are hunkering down in the brushy hillsides behind the farmer's house. They're hunkered down here because the slopes face to the south, where the winter's sunlight strikes hardest, making it warmer here than anywhere else on the farm.
Katey and I are taking extraordinary measures on this hunt. It's far too noisy and open for us to be able to stalk a deer. So the only chance we have is to stay close to the farmer's house, where the deer are used to seeing human activity that they don't view as threatening. Now, normally it's not legal to hunt so close to buildings for obvious reasons, but this farmer has a major deer overpopulation and he's keen to reduce it, so he's given us permission to do whatever is necessary to make that happen. So as long as we have his permission, it's a-okay to hunt right next to his house. As soon as it gets light enough to see, we spot a deer that's laying just inside the woods across the field. It's a little far, so we use the farmer's camper to tiptoe as slow and painstakingly as we can into range and then slide just around it so that Katey has just enough of a view to shoot when this deer stands up. The deer is 120 yards away, which from a standing position off of these shooting sticks that she's using is a bit of a challenging shot, but I'm confident that Katey is ready for this. We stood there for almost 3 hours, freezing our butts off, wondering if we were making a mistake or should try and sneak closer, when finally the deer stands up. From the angle of the camera, there's some brush in the way of the vitals, but from where Katey is standing, there's an opening.
Is it open enough to shoot through? It looks like you have a little hole, don't you?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and try it there. Yeah. Take your time. You got it. It looks good. It's up there. Yes, it's going down.
Oh.
It's going down. Great job, Katey.
Wow. That's a lot of blood. You going up that way? Oh, I see it.
Now, it's time to bring everything full circle. This year, the same farm where we hunted on day 1 is hosting an annual spring potluck that brings together chefs, foragers, farmers, and all manner of folks from the food industry to treat each other to some truly fantastic and creative meals cooked over open fire. It's called RampFest, in honor of that famously delicious spring delicacy, wild ramps. And it's where Katey is going to share her harvest.
The first course was just, like a nice simple Vietnamese noodle salad. I used the backstrap and some of the tenderloins, which were very, very small, but I marinated them in like a soy sauce, sugar, fish sauce combination. And then just did, marinated them overnight and then just did a really, really quick grill so that they were nice and medium rare, and lots of vegetables, cucumbers, carrots, fresh ramps, lots of fresh herbs. I did mint, cilantro. But yeah, just something like on a hot day that was just kind of bright and comfortable, and something that would be easy for me to kind of get out first so that I could have a little bit more time to work on the other things.
All the way behind the table in like a Vietnamese noodle salad.
The second course I did sort of a Moroccan venison meatball. I did some cumin, cinnamon, coriander. And then I cooked them off ahead of time so that I could just pick them up easily and grill them. And I did a preserved lemon topping and a ramp chermoula, also lots of herbs, some parsley, cilantro, and lemon juice. I made a version of that, and a friend of mine who also forages, she made a version of it, and so we kind of did half and half. I think hers was a little bit spicier, and mine was not as spicy, but I think they both came out really, really good. And then third course I did ramp birria tacos. Birria is just one of those things. The restaurant I worked at, we did Birria, and you know, it's a crowd pleaser. Everybody likes it. You know, I think the venison was sort of perfect for it. I got a whole venison leg and just marinated it and just braised it low and slow, shredded it, made it nice and saucy, and then made some ramp tortillas, some flour tortillas with some pureed ramps.
Ramp joke, Chermoula.
You know, who doesn't love tacos? I think it was a really great experience. You know, I think the most difficult part, it was just the how cold it was and the sitting still. But you know, now it's something I'm a little bit more cognizant of. It's like the fact that we're constantly moving, constantly distracting ourselves, being more aware of just sitting and absorbing and paying attention for hours. I think that's something I have a greater appreciation for now. And like I said, I didn't think I would actually be able to make the shot. Not that I couldn't kill an animal or pull the trigger, but I would actually be able to hit it. I think when I did, I was just like, whoa, like I can't believe I actually got it. But I think that for me was the greatest challenge, and the fact that, you know, I did it. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I would definitely do it again. Yeah, I mean, I think all around I really enjoyed everything about it, and being able to take it and then cook for a group of people that I really enjoy spending time with and enjoy sharing those meals with. It's a weird feeling of, you know, I had so much of it, and, you know, it's been taking up all this space in my freezer, but at the same time, I don't want to blow through it, because it's like, once it's gone, it's gone. Like, this was my first hunt, and it's like, as much as I want to do all these things with it, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to run out of it, you know, like, but I know I can't save it forever. It's fresh meat, it's not gonna last forever. We planted tomatoes last year and didn't get a lot, but we had like little cherry tomatoes, and I think the first time I saw a cherry tomato on there, I think I yelled for Chris, and I like walked in with it like it was the most precious thing in the world. Like, look, it's our first tomato, and we ate it, and it was like, oh my God, this is the best tomato I've ever had. Like, it's a really proud feeling of, like, you know, this is something that should be in our DNA, to grow our own food, to harvest our own food. But actually doing it, it's like a drug. Like, oh, I want more. It's definitely like a very proud feeling of, like, telling people at RampFest, like, yeah, this was something that I killed myself. Like, I did it. So that's kind of blows your mind that, like, this is me full circle.
Harvesting your own food, having a direct hand in it, gives it special meaning. Many people understand this from raising vegetable gardens, but so few people nowadays have had this experience with their protein. But we're very lucky here in the US that almost anyone could go out, get a license, and hunt wild protein for themselves, thanks to generations of conservation-minded hunters. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share and follow, and we'll see you next time.